Alright, hey guys, today I'm going to be doing another video on the update, because, dang, it's really controversial, and by that, I mean everyone hates it, and I have absolutely no clue why. I think, okay, I'm just going to go down, each, a main point of, either just things that they added in the update, and then, some, reasons why people have said they don't like it. And so I guess one of the first things I'll talk about is I guess I can start with here. I'll start with auto bridgers, because that is just, I mean, it's just, I don't know. Okay, so people don't like the auto bridgers, and why? They're like, oh, it makes god bridging useless. Have you seen the auto bridgers? If you think that if you think that the auto bridgers that they got taken out because people hated them so much, but if you think that the auto bridgers are gonna make god bridging worthless, and nods are gonna be the same as people who can god bridge, then I don't think you actually played the update and saw the auto bridgers, because they go way slower than god bridging. It's not even close. It's not like they're only a bit slower. It's like this. Compared to this, that is so much slower. And it's way... Oh, I'm throwing. So that was just for the straight auto bridgers. For the other ones, okay, first of all, the stairs one, come on. Who's going to use stairs? The stairs auto bridger. That thing sucks so much. It doesn't actually do anything. What else is there? There's the ladder one, and I've seen a decent amount of people who are mad about the ladder one, saying people are gonna build up. It's barely slower than just pillaring up. And if they use that to go up, you have ladders too. The ladders are right there. You can just take the ladders up, and then it doesn't matter that they built up, because you get up to them instantly, and if they knock you back down, you just take the ladders again. It doesn't do anything. They're not gonna go and destroy all the ladders, because that takes so much time. It's just the ladder bridger doesn't actually do anything. And ladders overall, that's kind of the ladders are kind of fun, because I think they have potential to be fun, because you can do block traps where you here, I can kind of try to set it. Okay, so for the ladders, you can set up a block trap where you do something kind of this-ish, where you do this, and then you place a ladder there, and then you you just watch for name tags, and when they come close, bam, you place a block there, and then they fall off, or something like that. I mean, you'd probably want to cover it up from this side, do that, so they think they can just go across. But ladders have potential to be fun, and ladder clutching, where you just jump down from a really high place and then place a ladder so that you don't take any fall damage at all. That'd be sick. If I saw someone do that, I would just that's insane. I don't know how they do that. And yeah, so I think that's it with auto bridgers. Next thing that I would say, the next biggest thing, wood. Okay. So first of all, this doesn't even matter, because they're taking out wood as well as axes. And I think a lot of people were mad at first because they didn't add axes instantly. They only added wood at first. So people were like, oh, we can't actually break the egg. But so I guess that's kind of fair. And it's good when they added axes. I think it was good like that. But I don't really get the point of just taking out wood completely. I think the way you buy it is kind of weird. I don't know why they have 3 different stacks when they literally only have 2 for stained clay, which is still the main block that people are going to actually use. So I don't know what that's about, but okay, so I've played around 20 games on the new update, and I've seen more people use obby than I have wood. And it's not like I played these instantly. I played these 24 hours after the update came out, and no one was using wood, just because it's just I don't know, there's not much point to using it. There were axes, and it's just not that helpful. And then so of course they're taking it out anyways, as I said, so it doesn't actually matter. But I don't know, I think it was kind of fun. I could you could do some challenges with it, and as well as that, there's still chests. So if people are gonna put wood on their egg defense, they're still gonna put it on their egg defense. You can't really stop them from doing that. Okay, so there is someone with wood here, but I'm honestly betting they'll have obby under the egg defense, so the wood won't even be the hardest part to get through. And I'm probably gonna be wrong, but we'll see. Okay, so since I'm low here, good point to talk about gaps. That's like one thing that people are kind of mad that they removed, like, or that they removed being able to buy a bunch of gaps, because, like, okay, yeah, I can see that. That's kind of fair, because, or not really actually. So I think the people who I see complaining about this are like leaderboard players and like Swiftz and stuff, because that's the people who like talk the most. Most of the other people in the community don't really talk because they're nons. But I think gap spamming. I know for sure gap spamming is the number one thing that most leaderboard players complain about. There's also randomized KB, but still, gap spamming is complained about way more than gap spamming. And I understand that people are like mad that you can't buy gaps, but like people are gonna go right back to complaining about gap spamming because they are. I don't know if they're actually fixing or changing the price at all, but they are. They are making it so you can buy them in gaps and stacks of 5 again. And by the way, if I say like they're gonna do this, I'm getting that from this forum post that I'll put in the description. It's on the cubecraft forum, so you can go look at its like eggwars update follow-up. I think that's what it is, and that's where they're saying all the changes that they've made and the changes that they plan to make. So like when people go back to complaining about gap spamming, it's gonna be really funny because I know they will. Like that's just how it's just gonna happen. But I don't know. So there's that, and then I guess since we're like at mid going towards the emerald gens, we can like talk about the emerald gens, and these are probably like the biggest part of the update, and like they're just nothing happens with them. Like okay, you see how long it takes to get an emerald? Let's see, 15 seconds. This takes so long to get an emerald, and people there's 2 types of people, and I've seen people who are literally both of these people. Oh, they take the emeralds take too long to spawn. People having emeralds is gonna be so broken. Like, which do you want? I don't know. I think they're like valid points for both. I can see the emeralds spawning too slow because they do spawn pretty slowly, but that is because this update, like in the forums post that the admins made, like when they released the update, they were like, this is kind of meant, the emerald stuff isn't meant to be had early game, you get it late game. And that's what's going to happen with, or that's like how the emeralds are going to work. You're only going to get them late game. You're not going to just start, they don't want everyone to start and just have like 18,000 fireballs or something. Like that'd be really annoying. And it's like no one would want that. But like, so there's that, and then the people who say the emeralds are going to ruin the game or whatever, or just make it like way harder to play. And this is the second game that I've played in this video, and in the first game, I messed up a lot. I didn't actually play well, like by any means, and yet still there were barely any emeralds. Okay, so I played that entire game. I played it not very well, so it was longer than an average game, and I was alone, and still the only like evidence of emeralds I saw were 4 emeralds in someone's chest that they didn't use. So it didn't even matter. Like the emeralds did not affect that game at all. Nothing happened. So like if you keep playing the same, nothing's gonna change. I see people being like, "Oh, emeralds are just so broken," and that's because they've played like one game with the update, and they just did it to like get the new things. So they're not playing it like well, they're not playing how they normally would. They're just playing to get emeralds, and then other people are also playing to get emeralds. So everyone has emeralds, and that's just really annoying. Like that, I don't want that type of game. Neither do all of these other people. So when they get one game or something, and they don't play how they normally would, they don't rush quickly. They try to get emeralds. That gives other people time to get emeralds, and then they're just like, "Oh, too many people have emeralds," which is just, I don't know. You can't play in a way that gets people to get emeralds and say, why do they have emeralds? And like people just don't have emeralds normally because that's not how it's meant. That's not how it's meant to be, and that's not how it actually works out during the gameplay. Because people just you don't have that much time to spend at mid. Like the people Like, one... Here, let me kill this team first. I need to focus. This team is hard, and then I'll talk about... Then I'll talk about one thing that I've seen a lot that I hate. It's people saying that this promotes camping. And no, there's no way this update promotes camping in pretty much any way. Like, here. So, first of all, I don't even know what part of this would promote camping, because the emerald gens only spawn at mid. There's no emerald gen on your island. You can't just go back to your island and turn on an emerald gen and then sit on your island and get emeralds. No. If you sit on your island, everyone's going to get emeralds, and then I'm going to use a speed potion, get to your base instantly, and you're going to die. And there's nothing you can do about that. Or there's things you can do, but it's not... Like, the emeralds just help with rushing late game. Like, if I'm playing this... and the game gets to late game, and there's people camping on their island who are fully stacked, I could get, like, blast balls. I could get, I don't know, I could get speed potions, leaf feathers, and there's not much they can do, like, to stop me from getting the egg. Just because those things just help so much when people get stacked and try to camp on their island. So, I think I've covered a lot of the main things that they added. I'm just going to scroll through this to check. Yeah, wood's getting removed, so that won't matter. I guess, okay, there is the tower builders and all the other builders. I don't know why people are so mad about those. The pop-up towers, like, they think people are just going to build pop-up towers and they'll just be invincible, and, oh no, I can't kill them because I don't know how to go inside their pop-up tower and climb up a ladder to punch them. Like, no one who's good is actually going to end up using these, like, towers or whatever. They're just going to keep using these main things. And that's another point people bring up. I guess I'll talk about that. That none of the good players are going to use these. So then why are you complaining about them? Like, you're just, oh, I hate that they have emeralds. No one's going to use the emeralds. Then why do you hate that they have them? If you're never going to end up using them, there's no point to complain about them because they don't matter for you. I think that's one of the biggest things I've seen in people who complain about the update is they don't know these things don't matter at all. They play like 1 or 2 games where they just hear that they added auto bridgers, or they added wood, or they added emeralds, and they just immediately assume like, oh, everyone's going to get those, and these games are going to be so annoying. No one gets them. No one has time to get them. This is my second game. As I said last game, nothing. There's been nothing of emeralds because they're not meant to be used this early game, and they're not used this early game. So, I don't know, like, if you're playing normally, and by that I mean pushing in pretty quickly like I play in this, because this is mainly directed at, like, other people. I'm assuming the only people who actually are going to watch this are, like, people who grind, but, like, the people who, like, the people who play this, and just go fast, don't have to, like, deal with any of these, like, problems that they bring up, because, like, no one's gonna get emeralds, the auto bridgers don't matter, what else is there? I don't really know what other things are there. There's wood. I still think wood was an issue when there was no axes. Wood was an issue, but now there are axes, so, and wood's getting removed, so it doesn't really matter. But no one gets all the M's that people think they're gonna get, and like the thing that I really don't like the most about people who don't like about them. The thing I don't like the most about their argument is that they say it promotes camping, and there's nothing that promotes camping that I can see. Like, I have no idea where that argument comes from. You can't get emeralds on your island, so if you want, you can't camp and get emeralds. And if you're dealing with someone who's camping, you can get emeralds, and then you can just push, and it'll be like way easier to push, or just like everything's just way easier. And I don't really get I don't know. And then I think the last thing that I want to bring up is the people who are complaining about this are like leaderboard players, like really good players, and how many of how many leaderboard players are there actually? Like, how many of us are there? I'd say, or by leaderboard players, I mean leaderboard players, like aspiring leaderboard players. You know, not just only if you're on leaderboard, but like, there's probably not that many. So as I was saying, there's probably only around I guess, I actually have no clue, but I'd guess around 1,000 like Swiftz who just like push really fast. So that's where all like the issues come up, and a lot of people are saying, "Oh, none of these items will ever be used," or like they just I don't know, but I think people are saying these items will never be used, or like they're just driving away all the people that are actually gonna like play their game. No, the Egg Wars usually has like maybe 5,000 players. I'm gonna assume all like 1,000 leaderboard players, if that is even right. It's probably not, but I'm gonna assume they're not all playing at one time. So I don't really think they're that worried about like competitive play, which is kind of an issue. I do wish they like kind of like help that sometimes, because we are probably one of their like most active audiences or whatever. But like that's not the people who they're like promoting this game completely to. There's other players, and those other players get into games where people get stacked, and they have to deal with that. We don't have to deal with that. We push too quickly for people to get stuff. But I remember when I was playing, like when I used to play, and I wasn't that good, because I played the server for probably 2 or 3 years, and I didn't start grinding until like 2 months ago. So those like 2, 3-ish years, I played so many games where people got stacked, and I remember wishing, like, I watched a lot of, like, Bed Wars YouTubers, I still do sometimes, and, like, those potions, you just push in, and you get the egg, or just all those things, they, like, just really help with when people just camp and get stacked, and that's who I feel like this update will help a lot, is people who just aren't, like, completely the best, but are pretty good, and, like, they have to deal with the people who camp and get stacked. So this just helps so much with those people, because if they camp on their island, like, you can get emeralds, and if they're trying to get emeralds, then they can't camp on their island, so you can like knock them off a bridge or something, because they have to get back to their base at some point. And it's just, I feel like that will be so helpful for them. And then as well, like with like another big point that I've seen brought up is when I was saying the potions, like, I'm like glad that they brought potions, because that's something I wanted to see for a long time, and that's like that people are saying this is just copying Hypixel, and yeah, it's just copying Hypixel, but like, I mean, that's just how it is sometimes. Servers copy each other. I don't really it's not like the best thing, but like it happens, so we just kind of gotta like deal with that. I mean, there's a reason Bed Wars is so popular. And I think, like, these items are part of it. It makes it pretty friendly to the players who try to rush, even though other people, like, win mid. I don't know. It's slightly different gameplay there, of course, but I do think these items will help those people who are trying to defeat the people who just camp on their island, because you can't get these things on your island. It just really helps. So, I don't really think I have much else to say on this. Oh, that was... I don't think I really have anything else to say. I'll go through the shop once I kill this team, but like, I think that's mainly like my main points. Like, yeah, it kind of just copies Bed Wars, but a lot of the things that they added are just helpful. There is one other thing that I've seen brought up a decent amount, and it's that people don't know how to navigate the shop. They're like, oh, they ruined the food shop, so do you want them to just not add items? Do you want them to just like make the game stay stagnant forever? Like, no, that's kind of boring. And like, this is the first update that Egg Wars has gotten. I think I don't think this is completely right, but the last time I can remember Egg Wars getting an update before this, it was when they added overpowered and hardcore and the ability to vote. And that was a long time ago. So that they're actually adding things, that's great. I love that. Okay, so I think that's pretty much it. There is one forums post that someone posted. I don't remember who it was right now, but I'll put that also in the description. And they brought up a lot of like really good points. I thought, and as well as that, like, so final thing I'm gonna he is streaming YouTube. Final thing I'm gonna bring up before like I end the video or whatever, is like the gapples again, because I do think even though I think it's better with gapples gone, I think I can see why people like gapples more, and they are adding the ability to buy stacks of 5 gapples again in. So don't like worry too much about that. And then also they are changing emerald generators so that they can be upgraded. So instead of you having to wait for 10 minutes and there's like that health bar at the top, they are changing that so that instead that you will upgrade it for 15 diamonds to turn it on, and then I think 10 emeralds and maybe 25 emeralds. And I think that's really it. So just gonna kill these people and end the game. And alright, so thanks for watching that rant. I know like it was probably pretty long, and I don't know, I probably forgot a lot of things. I probably mentioned things twice, but thanks for watching. Tell me if you think I'm wrong, and I know some of you probably do. Just tell me why. Don't just say, no, you're wrong, I don't like the update. And before you say anything, play a couple games. Don't just say, no, I don't like it, without actually playing the game. Play games, and then just tell me if it's actually any different, if there's something you don't like, and why, like what you would like to see changed. And yeah, I'll put the forums post to the, like, what do you call it, the Egg Wars update follow-up, and there, if you have any suggestions, you could put you'd reply to that post, because they're looking at suggestions, they're making some changes, and they are listening to community, which is really great. But yeah, so thanks for watching. Like, subscribe. Remember, at 100 subs, I'm going to do something which will be pretty cool. Thanks for watching, and bye.